Good day, my fine feathered friends. How the hell are ya? I'm about to imbibe some Granddaddy Purple. What's left of this joint, of the joining of John, of Jan, of the Yah, of Jah, of Ra, Ray, Dience. I have quite a bit of cash register synchronicity to share with you that I collected today. I don't know how many there are, I will count them up. I've made a lot of notes. I made a list of different things videos I want to share with this video on my WordPress page. This will be this will be called The Secret of Creation Lies in the Wave, which is from Walter Russell. I'm going to read to you from Walter Russell's writings today. Walter Russell, the 20th century Renaissance man, who was regarded by Walter Cronkite as the Leonardo da Vinci of the 20th century. He did it all. He was a sculptor, philosopher. This is not a Fiji advertisement. This is just that my Rabbi Barry gives me coupons because he knows I drink Fiji water. You have to get the water that comes from the furthest away from where I am to be healthy. Oh, but what about your carbon footprint? Would say one who has been sold the environmental marketing, sold on it. Well, guess what? Yeah, that sucks, right? But guess what? I'm not drinking the tap water with fluoride, neurotoxin, toxic waste, byproduct. I'm not gonna... I use fluoride-free toothpaste as well from Tom's of Maine. I'm not gonna drink any of the local spring water. It's all contaminated. So unfortunately, and someone told me that this family that owns this company is awful. So, but here I am drinking the water, Fiji water. And so I thought of the connection with Fiji and The Truman Show, which is an obvious film that's obviously tied in with this exposure of the artificial intelligence slash what's the word I'm looking for, the cyborg agenda, turning humanity into cyborgs, part machine, and introducing a virtual reality prison environment. Truman Show definitely connected to that. Well, but look at the word named Truman. So Truman wants to go to Fiji in the movie. Truman, then we had a President Truman, right? Yes. Truman, True Man Show. T-R-U-M, just put a P there. Trump Show. As in the apprenticeship. You're fired. The big boss with the buildings, the big bully. We read from the Kybalion last video I did, and which has the 7 Hermetic principles, the first things of Hermeticism. Well, Hermetic is from Hermes, which is the Greek version of Thoth in Egyptian, and Mercury in Latin. Mercury, which is the planet, as well as the god of Wednesday, which is Woden's day. Woden is the Norse or North version. Well, Mercury has an 88-day year. Mercury, Hermes, Thoth, 88, 16, 7. Trump equals 88. T is 20, R is 18, U is 21, M is 13, P is 16. I've gone over this many times, and you can see the series of videos. I don't know how many of them I did on Trump equaling Donnie Darko. The whole connection with Donnie Darko, 1988, Dukakis Bush election, Trump election. It's all right there. Frank connection, which is very deep, as in, and then you look at Kevin Spacey's connection to all of it, who played the actor of American Beauty and Kaiser Sose, The Usual Suspects, Hollywood, Magic Wand, of the holly, of the wood of the holly tree, the druid priest's magic wand. It's all connected. Learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else, said Da Vinci. The Da Vinci Code is streaming on Netflix again, along with the Matrix trilogy. I'm just going to count up these cash register synchronicities. These are really such a gift, this whole thing. It's the only reason I'm still, I'm in my approaching 15 years with this operation, because not the only reason, but it's definitely, it enables me to find a way to reach out and connect from the margins with the mainstream. And the secret of creation lies in the wave, Walter Russell. The wave of yang and yin, of the weave of Eve. And one of the ladies I was talking to about synchronicity, who had a cash register synchronicity, is how the people who debunk synchronicity, usually with like a scowl, and they have a kind of dour expression and manner to them. They say just a coincidence. They have a dismissive attitude, and they say it's just a coincidence, as if that's a valid argument. Everything's coincidental. Incidental happening, together with, like, coordination. And so to say it's just a coincidence, well, everything's a coincidence. The question is whether it's meaningful or not. And it's what determines whether something's meaningful or not. And this involves your psyche and your mind. This involves you. Everything does, because you are the observer, and you affect the observed, as physics has shown. Quantum atom physics of time. Let's count how many there were today. 1, 2, on the 20th of May, with the moon. The moon is currently waning after being full. We got our first really hot day here today, temperature-wise, here on May the 20th. The sun tomorrow will be going into Gemini from Cancer. We have the waning moon now, which will be half on the 25th, or on the 26th, next Monday. Sunday. And then 26, the number value of God. God, 26 weeks and a half year, half and half. Mid equals 26, beginning with M, the middle of the 26 letter Aleph-Beth of English alphabet. Aleph-Beth, A to B. Life to death, light to dark, Luke to Darth. God and devil, good and evil. Then the moon wanes black. And you can see here the sea of the waning crescent of Christ. The one who dies, goes black, and comes back. Jack Black. Black Jack. And the jacket that you put on the book. Oh, there's more. Wait, there's more. I didn't even count them. Jack is the anthropomorphic character of nature. He's the whole thing. Jack in the Green, this spring quarter. We'll count those in a second. Jack in the Green in the spring, from 3 to 12, goes counterclockwise through the year, the sun, on the yearly ecliptic circular serpent present path of the Papa, of the father of math, Amatix, a magic, Amat, truth, Amen, Amon, of the ram, of Aries, of the cerebram, of equilibrium, of Libra and Aries, of even and odd, evening and dawn, Libra, Aries, libraries. Aries in the cerebram, Taurus in the cerebellum, of the bull, at the bell, of Beltane, of May, of the Masons, of Kabbalah, the Taurus, of Torah, of the Bible, the male. The cow is the female and the bull is the male, of the erection, of the building, of the phallus, of the flowers, of Bel, the Lord. Then Gemini in the arms and the lungs, the arms of the ram, ram, one-armed man, one-man army, twin peaks, twin pines, twin towers. And then Cancer the crab in the sternum, at the summit of the summer, in the chest of the crest of Christ, the crest of the wave of Eve. And then the summer summit, which is all, then the yearly sun path starts to go down and the days shorten after lengthening. The descent, the decline, the decay of the old man. So Jack in the Green all here, and then Jack-o'-lantern in October, Scorpio and the genitals, Jack Frost in the winter, the Wintour, the interment of the sun, burial at 6, which is where Capricorn is, the kneecaps of Capricorn, the thighs of Sagittarius, the sag of Taurus, Scorpio, scorpion of the genitals of the Gentiles, of Genesis, of Genesis, genetics, of Adam and Eve, odd and even, Libra in the hips, the waist of the west line, of the feminine, of the mother with the 9 months, of the 3 trimestars. And then the summer is Virgo in the navel, the virgin birth above the belt, the Virgo virgin of Mama Rhea, Mary of Aries. Leo, Virgo, Leo in the solar plexus of the solar system, the lion of the tribe of Judah, of Jalion, Julius, Caesar, JC, Jesus Christ, Jupiter, Zeus, Krishna, the juggernaut of Jagannath. And in June into July, the crab of the crest of Christ, the Ra, Karab of Cancer, the sea answer, the question of 6 of midnight, and the answer of noon, high noon. The Most High, El, God's Son, the light of life, El Sol, the soul of man, Solomon, temples, the pair of L's of the legs, walking with the silent L. L, the number 12 in the English alphabet. So how many of these now? Let's see. Cash register synchronicity, CRS, consumer recreation services, the game, Russian doll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7 times 2, and wait till you see the 77 one in there. We'll do those after I read from Ramtha. Let's take this jacket off the book with the spine that binds of your Bible body, biblio, book, the bouquet of the phallus of the father, of the spine, of the espine, erect spine, spike, speak, spake, spoke, of the wheel, of the will, of the rays. Ramtha, the ram, Ra-M in the middle, the light of Ra, of the horns, of the head. And the heart, Chakra. Got all my notes here for the video, for the part 2 of To Die For 2. So let's open to the part the world most needs to hear right now. Page 106. Start from the paragraph here. All page 106. Ramtha, the White Book. This was in the collection that was dropped on me in a bunch of bags last year at work by a friend, customer. All here are capable of ascending. For that which lurks behind the illusion of flesh is the creator of all universes. And you, at your own choosing, through unlimited thinking, can make this manifestation occur. When you learn to master judgment against your thoughts and allow yourself to receive all thought, you have the power and the ability to become any ideal that you envision. Then you can do or become anything through thought. You can take your thought, concentrate it on the body, and command the body to vibrate faster. The body will then elevate towards the ideal that the thought holds steadfast for it. The whole of the body will begin to vibrate at a greater rate of speed. As it does so, the temperature of the body will rise and the body will begin to take on a glow. As it continues to vibrate faster, the matter of the body will go into pure light and then into pure thought. Then that which was seen is seen no longer. And then the student asks, it would seem that ascension is a difficult thing to achieve because you don't hear much about people ascending. Ramtha says, on the contrary, Master, ascension is very easy to achieve. In truth, it is simpler than dying. What is difficult to achieve is mastering judgment against your thoughts. What is indeed difficult to achieve is mastering the illusion of time in order to allot yourself the patience to do it. But once you do, ascension is simply a thought away. Then you have retained your body for all times and can thus be a traveler upon any plane at any moment you choose. Student, and you never experience death? Ramtha, never. How can you when you are beyond it? You know, death is a great illusion. Death is an accepted reality on this plane, which all think must be. Thus it has become a reality. Entity, the only reality is life. Everything else is an illusion. Illusions are thoughts that are games that become realities. Death is not a necessary rule in this kingdom. It is far easier to take the body with you. Then you never have to be born again through the birth canal and come into a consciousness which regretfully does not accept your memory. Student, so we don't have to die? Ramtha, no one has to die. You will die only if you believe you will. But the body need not ever die. The gods who designed it did not design it to last for only a fleeting moment in time. They designed the body to live off its glands, not its organs. And through a flow of hormones from the glands, the body was designed to live hundreds of thousands of years and never grow old. That was how it was programmed in its cellular structures. Only a short time ago in your history, entities lived to be thousands of years old. Death is only the ending of the body, not of the personality self. But it is through the attitudes of the personality self that the life force of the body is degraded, and the body is evoked into what is termed death. Your body responds only to what it is told to do. Your soul, which sits beside your heart, governs the entire body through its emotional structure. The soul is what causes hormones to be dispensed throughout the body in order to maintain life in the embodiment. The soul does not do this on its own, but rather under the direction of your attitudes and thought processes. Because of your attitudes here, the hormones cease to be created in the body after puberty. When they are no longer created, a death hormone is activated in the body, and the whole body begins to break down, to grow old, and to die. The death hormone is activated in the body because you live in guilt and self-judgment and the fear of death. And to you, beauty is based wholly on the appearance of youth, not on the character of one's being. You anticipate death by purchasing insurance to bury yourself. You purchase insurance to protect your treasury if you become ill or diseased. You are doing everything possible to hasten the aging and death of your embodiment because you wholly expect it. The body is only a servant, an instrument of collective thought. It is a magnificent creation, the most refined instrument there is, but it was not created to have a mind of its own. It was created specifically to be a servant, and it will live only as long as you allow it to live. If you accept thoughts of old age, expecting the body to wither away and die, or deny yourself love and happiness and joy, your body will gradually descend itself into the corruption of death. Page 108 now. Death or Ascension from Ramtha the White Book. You know, Master, in this very moment, you can cease time completely and live in the foreverness of this now, if you so choose, for is time not an illusion? Who has seen it? A great hypocrisy exists because you refuse to believe in the unseen, yet you wholly worship and are enslaved to time. You have the power right within you, the power right where you are, to reverse the age of your embodiment back into youth and to live on and on and on. How? Simply through your attitude. If you do not want the body to age and die, change your attitude. Let your attitude say that the body will live forever, and so it will. Remove all things from your life that acknowledge the ending of it, and it will never end. Never have the word old in your vocabulary, understanding. Have forever in your understanding. Cease the celebration of your birthdays, for that only gives credence to the aging process. If it pleases you to acknowledge your birth, do so, but reverse the count of your years and become younger. When you do not expect your death, you will never know it. Always live in the present. Never acknowledge any future other than this now. Your now will be eternity if you permit it to be so. Never contemplate how long you are going to live, for you will always live. Contemplate the foreverness of your body, and so it will become. That is simply how it is. All right. Ramtha, channeled from J.Z. Knight. Let's now, before sharing the 14 CRSs from today, the 20th of May, I'm going to go to the computer and look up Walter Russell, The Secret of Creation Lies in the Wave. Walter Russell, because he's an important piece of the puzzle. Indeed. The puzzle of L. And you can totally tell that we got geoengineering going on. Look at that is not natural cloud cover right there. There is no natural weather at this point, as Dane Wigington always says. It's been modified for 70 years continuously and rigorously and more intensely as time has gone on. Most likely, the upper atmosphere is torn apart and ravaged from nuclear testing and everything else. Very fragile, delicate balance with Earth that has been completely thrown off by one organism. Oh, there's no internet right now? Oh, it's telling me there is now. Okay. Walter Russell, The Secret of Creation. Walter Bowman Russell was an impressionist American painter, sculptor, natural philosopher, musician, author, and builder. The New York Herald Tribune called him the modern Leonardo. It wasn't Walter Cronkite, it was the New York Herald Tribune. The modern Leonardo, a Renaissance man for the 20th century. Here's some of his quotes. Mediocrity is self-inflicted and genius is self-bestowed. The keystone of the entire structure of the spiritual and physical universe is rhythmic, balanced interchange between all opposites. The layman thinks objectively of an apple as a solid object, but the scientist should think of the apple as one fleeting part of a whole cycle. To him I give all knowing and all power to think my universe into rhythmic, balanced forms with me. Timeline. Before he left Boston, he was born in Boston in 1894, Russell married Helen Andrews, 1874 to 1953. The couple traveled to Paris for their wedding trip and a second term for him at the Académie Julian, the Julian Academy. So let's go to this here. GalacticConnection.com. Within the wave lies the secret of all creation. Walter Russell. This was posted March 8th, 2016. GalacticConnection.com. From the viewpoint of the undivided reality, our 3D existence seems like an illusion. From our 3D viewpoint, the reality of the undivided stillness seems unbelievable and unfathomable. Walter Russell. Cosmology of Walter Russell, from walterrussell.com. This is an electric universe of motion, not a Newtonian gravitational universe, nor is the universe an objective material universe. Objectivity is only one single moment in the life of the entire cycle. That cycle is comprised of many such moments, some of which are sensed as density and materialistic, while others are beyond sensing. The purpose of this website is to offer students of Russell cosmology helpful signposts along the journey into the work of Walter Russell, and in the process reveal the truth in the above quotation. You already know all the answers you are seeking. Walter's cosmology will help you remember all that you have forgotten. You may already be aware that this journey is not for the faint-hearted, and it is very easy to get lost and disillusioned along the way. The signposts I offer will, I hope, keep you on a clear path and enable you to reach your destination. Unfortunately, the signposts do not indicate any shortcuts, and this presentation is not a substitute for hard self-investigation. It is my desire to provide some clarity where too much vagueness has hitherto been written. I will refer to SEX as shown to avoid over-keen interest from Eastern European PORN browsers. I have used the following expression throughout the site to highlight the necessity to be aware of the one rather than the duality your senses believe to be real. This perspective is exactly analogous to the wave-particle dilemma which has plagued science throughout the ages. While the site content will attempt to uncover a lot of the mystery of Walter's cosmology, it is intended to be used in conjunction with Walter's published writings. I am afraid there is no magic bullet with this material. Your own desire must be strong, and you have to walk your own path to new knowledge. I wish to develop a robust model of Walter Russell's wave field theory and then utilize the theory as a basis for transmutation and free energy. This model is in constant flux. That's not to say earlier versions are incorrect. Rather, they are incomplete. A new understanding revealed in the radical model may help fine-tune the cubic model. These retunings in turn help develop another aspect of the overall cosmology model. The unfortunate consequence for you, the reader, is that the page content changes regularly. Generally, students are drawn to his wave in the hope of finding some quick insight into natural law. I guess they do this in the hope of finding an easy route to a theory of everything and limitless free energy. While these may be noble goals, the problems begin mainly because students search outside of themselves for all the answers. Walter's approach involves an acquaintance with the inner self. The purpose of many ancient spiritual disciplines is to quiet the brain chatter and unplug from the simulation so that one's awareness can focus inwards. Stillness becomes the desired state rather than the participation in simulated motion. When the veil is lifted, one can then see the simulation for what it truly is rather than what science believes it to be. I spent many years on that external quest. It was, however, only when I made a conscious change in the direction of my own studies that I began to get a better understanding of Walter himself and his own struggle to find the best method to impart his knowledge and techniques. I can change the content on a daily basis, but he had to get it right the first time for his publications. Walter's cosmology spans both the physical 3D sensed simulated reality and the unsensed metaphysical true reality. Our task is to correctly interpret what we observe in our sensed reality and to begin to learn about the true reality which we probably up until now never even knew existed. One difficulty with Walter's text is that his description can drift from the physical to the metaphysical with no obvious indication that he has done so. This can lead to many hours trying to understand an expression in the physical 3D when Walter is actually referring to something that pertains to the metaphysical aspect of the creation idea. Science has hampered itself. It ignores in the main the influence of the metaphysical aspect of the physical 3D aspect. As a direct result, it wastes all its time looking for cause in effect. Imagine the problems a statistician would have if he or she always picked too small a sample population from which to draw an accurate view of the population as a whole. Science suffers from a collective myopia, which would be called the Semmelweis reflex. Dr. Weiss, waste, and when the theory doesn't match the facts, they simply change or ignore the facts. Forbidden Archaeology by Michael Cremo, anybody? Who I saw at a San Diego UFO Society presentation in Mission Valley in '98. It may seem counterintuitive to begin our work in the metaphysical with such an intangible principle as the cubic wave field, but we cannot fully understand our universe of form and effect without first determining the cause of that form. Read more. Oops, that page can't be found. No more. Oh well. GalacticConnection.com. Within the wave lies the secret of all creation. Walter Russell. Hi, my name's Kyle, rhymes with smile. All the adults, when I was a little kid, all the adults would come up to me thinking they were so clever and cute and say, "Smile, Kyle. Smile." You know what I do when someone tells me to smile now as an adult? I learned that from a coworker named Sophia, which means wisdom. And she's the daughter of Justine, or Justice. Yeah, the fake smile, you know? Only smile if you mean it. Happiness happens. You can't engineer happiness, for crying out loud. Isn't it ridiculous I have to say that? Hey, Jack Kerouac, I think of your mother. So I got all my notes. I got a whole lot of videos to link to this video on WordPress.com for what will be called To Die For Two, referring to reverentially referring to, and irreverently referring to the Nicole Kidman film To Die For, which I saw as a kid man. Are you kidding me? Really? Are you shitting me? Are you kidding? Let's go for these 14 cash register synchronicities from today. Miraculous, mirror, mirage, mirror, miracle. Mira in Spanish means look. Miracle. Look at, see? (1:29 p.m. 12:72 total. 129 2019 129. Electricity equals 129 in English gematria. ELECTRICITY. Tri-city. The plug, the outlet, and the offspring of light, electricity of life, the elites, of the elections, of the erections, of the bull god, El, Bel, Baal, of Kabbalah, of Beltane, Masonry, free, three, tree. See? The curve and the curse. So 1272, what's 7 plus 2? 9. 1272, $12.72, 12, 9. 129 at 1:29 p.m. Invoice number beginning and ending with 2 and 9. My birthday cashier number 529, May 29th. Happy birthday to you. Interesting what Ramtha says. Hey, if you want to celebrate your birthday or whatever, go ahead. But keep in mind that counting the years is focusing your consciousness on your death. Right? Right. 1:28 p.m. and look at the invoice number 2817 at 128 281. And what's 2 plus 8? 10 and 1 11 11 11. L even the pair of L's of yang and yin, the sun and the moon, of your eyes, with the one eye of the third eye between the twin towers of the Torah, of the pines and the peaks of the pineal gland and the mid-L. (3:32 p.m.) My address here. 3328. 12 items total. 3942. 3912. 3 plus 9. 12. 1 2 3. 42. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 1 2. 3 2. Total ends in 4 2. Time ends in 3 2. Number of items 1 2. 1 2 4 2 3 2. And 4194 invoice number 189. 189. Feminine. Sacred secret of secretions. Of creation. Z. Zeta. S. 19th letter S of the sine wave. The S of the dollar sign. Of the sin of Eve. Of the same. Of Samuel. Mule. of the Grand Torino of Taurus, of the torch, of torque, twisting, twine, between, twin. 4188 invoice number. Hermetic, Mercury, medicine, meditation. Look at the symbol of medicine with the caduceus of Hermes. You think there's something to the 7 laws of Hermeticism, the 7 principles. 15 cents at the end of the $35 total, or $34 total. Payment was $35.15 total. $34.15 cash, $35.15. 15 items. 1 and 5. So then look at the time. 3:04, $34. 341 again. 314. Pi of the pine, of the pineal, of the tree. See the mystery beheld right in front of thee. 13 plus 8, 21. Fibonacci. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. $145, $55, $40 subtotal. 5540, 145 p.m. of the feminine. Of 30, number of items 345. Alive of 55. The double die penny of BTTF. TT. Time travel. Travelers. See you yesterday. 9 items at 149. Look at the total. 4194. Time 149. 1944. 1499 items. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. That played on 92.5 The River on my drive up Highland Ave on the way to work yesterday. 1:31 p.m. and here I was in the car singing along in my British accent. 1:31 p.m. 1313 Toto. 13 reasons why. What's 13 plus 13? 26, which is the number value of God, as in the 26th letter Aleph Beth, as in the 26 weeks of a half-year cycle of spring, summer, autumn, winter. Time 131. 1313 total. Invoice number ending in 21. 2, 8, 10, and 2 is 12, and 1, 13. That reduces to 13. I shit you not. Look at that invoice number. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 13, 13, 131. 5 items of 32. Eve. Of Eden equaling 28, and man equaling 28. And the 28.5 day lunar cycle, and the 28 phalanges on the fingers. These little sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on each hand. I got 14 CRSs I'm sharing with you from today, and this is a big one. 1227, 2 7s, total 977. Christ equals 77. And there's a connected one coming right up, and the young man I shared it with, this he really seemed to get it. 41 items, 161.31 total. 411631 for the 41 items. 111 1222 1222 111222. L even, all even, horizontal, equal, level. And this here's the one, or part of it. There was a couple that the male and female, and the couple, the odd and the even, Adam and Eve, had separated their orders, so they both had the Christ connection come up. 14 items, which is 7 times 2, 1217. When I took care of a house in Amherst for a pair of friends one year, way back when I was a kid, I woke up one day and I thought to myself, what time is it? I know I overslept. I didn't have to be anywhere, but I know I slept really late, and I thought in my head 12:17. I went up and looked at the clock, and that's what time it was. So the total, 14 cents change, 14 items, 7 times 2, 14, 2, 7, 14, 14. And then look at the 86 at the end here. Oh, that was because of the change, but 8 plus 6 is 14. And it's the difference between 86 and 100. 12, 17, 14 items, 14 cents change. And there were 14 of these total from the short shift I had today, which was 11:30 to 4, 1 to 4, 12:13, 3:03 change, 3 items at 12:13, 12:13, and what comes after that? 3, 3, 3, 3. $6.97 paid with $10 cash of the ash. The pyroclastic sea ash, flow, currency, liquid assets. What's your body, boat, book, bouquet, abode made of? Water, currency. So, think about that in connection with your social security number and your birth certificate. 82